So I've got some questions here that are quite personal, and it's designed to elucidate the differences between UK and Malaysia, but we'll see how it goes. First things first, do tell us a bit more about yourselves, where you grew up, where you trained, if you had any pets, and so on.
I grew up in Vancouver, Canada. I actually was born to a Malaysian father and a Filipino mother, and moved back to Kuching in 2003 for personal reasons. My family did actually, and lived there for 4 years before coming up here. I have dogs. I have dogs at home. I have a few dogs at home, but lots of friends. For that specific reason. And I cook first and do medicine today also.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I don't have pets. I need pets. So hi, I'm Adli. I'm a clinical lecturer as a pediatric immunologist from UK and Medical Center. Yes, I am in brief of National University of Malaysia. They like to call me that because I did not want to go out at all. Until now, I am forced to. Currently, I'm based in Oxford. I'm doing. I'm about to be going back because I already I'm a subspecialist in pediatric immunologist. It's just that you realize that for you to develop further in this field, and the clinical mention is that you really need to venture into science. And immunology is one of the fields that is still expanding. That the knowledge that I have when I did medical school are totally the knowledge that is not even existent now. So I'm here for I don't know how long, but I'm going to continue with the PhD here in Oxford as well. And due to this memorandum of understanding between National University and Oxford in my unit, so you possibly see me for a very long period in the UK. What else? Yeah, I don't cook any rendang or food. I'm better with bread butter pudding and stuff.
We're done with you. Okay, the next question is a fairly simple one. Why did you choose to stay in the UK rather than go back to Vancouver or consider Malaysia/Singapore? And for Dr. Adli yourself, why did you choose?
So I think it's a very complicated question in the current atmosphere at the moment, given that most of the medics in the country are keeping a great deal of our options open. And actually, to turn the question on its head, I have chosen to base myself here because I believe the training programs. I fully believe in the system that we have at the moment, which is the NHS. As Dr. Lockie sort of alluded to earlier, it provides benefits for researchers in terms of lots of nationalized databases, which can be very useful for sort of large-scale research, which don't exist in very many other countries outside of Europe. Additionally, I think one of the key things that we have in the NHS that we are privileged to have is a uniform health service that treats people at the point of care, irrespective of their social need. And I think one of the things that we have to remember is that service doesn't exist in very many other countries. I may not get paid as much as specialists in Singapore. I toyed with the idea of going to Singapore. I thought very hard about it. You can cry here, you can cry in Ferrari there. It depends what you're doing. But there isn't this national network with such great resources, and that takes the strain off of you as a clinician to have to make means-based decisions. You can sit there and do what is genuinely best for the patient in front of you, who will be your patient in 1 to 5 years' time. And I fully believe in that system, and I think that will keep me here for some time.
Okay, sorry. I'm in behalf of my 3 friends here, so I'm going to introduce these 3 tools that are dear to me to help, because as far as you all know, I'm not graduate from the UK. So I'm going to introduce you Dr. Shawal Muhammad. He's a cardiologist in training. He's a lecturer in SMSUK, graduated in Ireland. He did his housemanship back home. And another person is Dr. Zain Hassan. He's currently just started as medical officer, graduated again in Galway, and he did housemanship in MMI. And this is Dr. Hannah. She graduated from Bristol, and she did foundation outcome. So for me to answer that question, I have personal opinion on it, but it's better to have this So Dr. Shawa did mention that it was not relevant to him. He did think that completing the training here and only go back after you get the training will be something that you might want to think of. And Dr. Zain Hassan has a different opinion totally. He wants to go back home directly. I'm not sure if it's because of food or because of food. Dr. Hannah is, of course, I don't know if I'm going back altogether. So, I can't answer why I don't want to stay in UK because I'm not doing it, but I guess one of the most important things, something related to Dr. Tony is that why you wanted to stay here or possibly if you wanted to continue with your training, and you're quite absolute that it's a training that you only have here. And if you wanted to do it halfway, it means that you only have to do a foundations for 2 years, and then wanted to go back, you possibly going to delay your time in Malaysia. You're just going to be losing time if you go back home after that. Because you lost your seniority, you're going to be start from zero, but 2 years after that. The only thing that you have is experience of working in the UK for your foundation, but nothing more.
It looks like you have all my questions. Do you want to go through your slides?
No, you can ask the question and then
Any questions? No? This is going to be really fun. Okay, alright, my next question to the both of you is, how did you feel in doing your houseman year in both your countries?
Keep wondering I should answer that on or off the record. To be honest with you, actually, the foundation year here, I know that there are a lot of sort of comparisons between other countries where we have a 48 hours a week, maximum under the European Time Directive, and in other countries you do up to 80 or 90. The difference is the structure of the program, and this is going to illustrate why my foundation year one was a very, very interesting year. In the US, you cover firms of maybe 30 people or so. I'm not sure in Malaysia if you're the house officer for your ward. When you're a house officer on call in the UK, you cover half, if not the whole hospital sometimes. And doing more than 48 hours of that a week is genuinely very, very strenuous. So to put it short, actually, the foundation year that I had here was very informative. I got a lot of different elements of training that I thought I needed for a few minutes, and a decompressive tension pneumothorax at 4 in the afternoon on a Monday bank holiday, just for the chest tube. You can do a lot of different things here if you would want to, but equally it was quite scary, but always very well supported. There are always consultants, there are always registrars, there are always people around. They may not be there immediately, but they will be somewhere around there. It's something where you can shape your training, you can pick the things you want to do. And I managed to get the academic, and other people managed to get things that they wanted to do. It's a very flexible training program. I think I'd be an advocate for that.
Okay, I'm going to share the opinions of a few people here. Dr. Shawa saying a lot of bullying experience. Dr. Zain thinks that of respect, even from the nurses and your attendants. And he did think that a lot of teaching from some supervisors, and there's no proper training prior to the posting. And Dr. Hannah said that it can be relevant. But if you ask me what the experience is going to be like in Malaysia, the hard part of our mission, I think it's what they one of the things for sure is that you're not going to ask why you need to work. And this is just one word, enough to say, senpak, which is means just, I don't know, enough, or something like that. And then some people actually ask, I know it's just my first month working as a junior doctor, but every day when I wake up at 5, come back from hospital, I cannot have asking myself what the hell am I doing with my life and what I'm doing. This is possibly something that you want, you're going to complete every day. Total patient for the ward 26 over 44, total empty bed is 18, hours left before shift end is 6, total days for working, me only, counting hours. And this is quite nice. In Malay it says, benar nak mampus, tidur pun rasa mengantuk dalam And then some of the few things, you are phobia to your ringtone. That is very common. Every time you hear the ringtone, even you are not working, you are just like and then this is quite nice. Terasa diri ini dicari-cari ibarat ayam rebus yang tidak dimakan bersama-sama. You need to be everywhere that you feel that you're being separated as chickens in the business. But of course, being positive and that kind of thing. You might wake up at 3 for referrals. This is a very long thing, but this is a very just like an essay on how I feel. Everybody wakes up at 3 to 4. When you're in hospital, like all your time will be like upside down. It's really hard to even find a single person that will make you do something. Okay, this might be something that you're gonna put in. This is the total tool, and then there's a T in big you find that really bad. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave that for now. But what I'm trying to say is that housemanship life, despite everything they say, which is very, very true, is one of the best times of my 20 years. I'm not saying that I didn't have a disastrous call, I do. I'm not saying that I didn't have to resuscitate 4 persons at one night at different cases, and I need to choose which one I want to resuscitate. But it makes you what you are. And this is where the real world is. And one of the ways that you could do it, to understand and to look at the diseases, is like at home in Malaysia. And I would share a bit more things, a bit more of nation flavor if we have time, on what it felt, what it's going to feel to do housemanship in Malaysia.
Having said all that, is there a particular time personally, in either of your houseman years, where you felt like quitting? You said only 80% survived. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not. Yes, in fact, personal opinion of mine, this is my personal opinion, we don't have to share that. After a month of being in housemanship, I remember that one fine morning, I was being approached by a pediatric consultant. I was in orthopedic ward, asking me why do I give a phone call, a consultancy to a mother with a child with osteosarcoma. And I didn't even do that. The mother basically called me, and then I was post-call, and I don't remember anything, and I just say, yes, you can take the paracetamol, but please do come to the hospital as soon as possible. At that time, I was bashed. I really got my license revoked, but then we all survived, that kind of thing. Don't ever think that I never killed a person. I did. Don't ever think that I didn't make a mistake. I do. I did as well. I'm still doing it most of the time. It's just that I guess realized that it's too hard, it's too difficult. But look at why you're doing this. Why are you here to start with? I remember that one of the professors that just now that he was asking why are you here? Because you want to help to save people and things like that. To be honest, when I decided to do medicine, I didn't even have a glimpse of helping people at all. I just decided to do medicine because I think medicine is interesting. But then you realize that deep down you wanted to do it because you want to help people.
I had sort of bring a more heartfelt story to that. I have been pushed very far, never to the point of ever quitting, because I think I really do love my job. I do value the things that brought me to medicine in the first place. And things like that, it is interesting, it is fun, and it is tiring, but most other jobs are also very tiring with much less reward or financial reward if you're so inclined. I think to tell you a very personal story, I made a very large transition recently. For years, I know in the brief it says I was going to go oncology, interior immunology, and I couldn't see myself being an oncologist for the rest of my life, with all due respect to them, because I didn't find it that fun. There were many different times where I thought I don't want to sit in the clinic for the rest of my life. All I really want to do when I walk out of work today is find the people who are sick, dying, or almost dead, or already dead for any other sort of reason, but freshly dead, and bring them back to this work. I love acute medicine. I love intensive care medicine, and I think, to be honest, once I'd sort of turned around, got in a program that, got in a linear training program that let me do that for the rest of my life, secret. I have absolutely nothing in my head that tells me what to do at the moment. So if you find the thing that you want to do, if you find the thing you want to do, you will not think, oh yeah, this is hard. But you're not going to turn around and go, oh, I really want to quit. And if you ever think that you feel like quitting for any reason, just think to yourself, why is that? And turn around and ask yourself, is this really what you want to do in terms of specialty, maybe in terms of medicine, in terms of other things. But if you enjoy it, you will find the strength to sort of pull through that.
Alright, thanks doctors. We're now going to open the floor to questions from all of you. So